last class we learnt about the energy that is acquired by the charged particle when it is kept in a electric field. So today we are going to start the new topic, that is motion of a charged particle in a uniform transverse electric field. So that is motion of a charged particle in an uniform transverse electric field. So this is again quite an interesting topic to learn. So here you are using the transverse electric field. So this field will be perpendicular to the motion of the charged particle. So let's suppose you have the electric field. So here you have the uniform electric field. So if I draw the straight line, then that represents the uniform electric field. So if the electric field is in this direction, then here you will have the positive charge and here you will have the negative charge. So this makes the uniform electric field. So here you have the electric field which is coming from the positive charge and ending at the negative charge. So in our last class we learned, so if we have an electric field like this, and if you keep the positive charge in the field, then this charge will experience a force in the direction along the direction of electric field. But suppose if you keep the negative charge, so this charge will experience a force opposite to the direction of electric field. So this is the direction of force for the positive charge and this is the direction of force for the negative charge. So simple, like if you have the electric field and you have the positive charge, then the force will along the electric field, and if you have the negative charge, then force or the direction of force will be opposite to the direction of electric field. So these things we have learned in our last class. So today we have the derivation to do. So before that, let us consider charged plates. So let's suppose you have a positive charge here and here you have the negative charge. Positively charged plate and negatively charged plate. And as I said, the field will be from positive to negative direction. So now in this electric field, so the field is in downward direction. So there occurs a charged particle. So here the charged particle is electron. So here we are taking the electron beam. So this electron beam enters the field with the velocity Vx. So the initial velocity of this electron is Vx. So here the gap between the two plates is d, and the length of this plate is L. So in this gap, in this electric field, if you supply a charged particle, then what will happen to this charged particle? This charged particle will obviously experience the force. So let's suppose if this charged particle comes to this point, so there will be a force that is acting on this charged particle. So this is the separation distance between the two plates. So when this charged particle enters the field, so this charged particle experience a force. Since this charged particle is negatively charged, the force will be opposite to the direction of electric field. So now the path of this charged particle gets deflected from the initial path. So here the angle which is made by the charged particle after deflecting from the field is theta. So after this field, when this electron gets out from the field, so this path will be almost straight line, because there is no field that is acting on this electron after this field. So here, so let's suppose this is the line, this is the path of the charged particle. So this angle, that is angle from the initial path to the deflected path, be phi. Clear? So up to here, or up to the L distance, the particle is in the field, so I can take this as y1. So the vertical direction gives y, and this distance after the electron which gets deflected from the field be y2. So you have two charged plates, so positively charged and a negatively charged. So there will be the uniform electric field between these two charged plates. So that is denoted by E, and the separation distance between these two plates is D, and the length of the plate is L. So now what we will do is we will send the beam of charged particles or the electrons into this field. So if there is no field, the electron will follow the straight line path. Since there is an electric field which acts on this electron, as soon as this electron enters the field, there will be the deflection of this electron's path from the original path. Why does this deflection occurs? Because so when electrons enters, since there is the electric field which is in the downward direction, the force which acts on this charge will be upward direction, because here we have taken the negatively charged particle, hence the force will be opposite to the direction of electric field. So if the force is in this direction, obviously the electron should go in this direction, and the angle that is made by the electron while deflecting within the electric field is phi, and after the field is theta. So theta is when the electron gets out from the electric field. So from here, so the path of the electron will be straight line, and the angle that is subtended by the electron will be theta, and this angle is phi. And whatever the electron that falls on the screen, that makes a point. So this straight line which I have drawn here, this is screen. So when electron falls on this screen, then you can see the dot. So this is the basic idea of the motion of the charged particle in an transverse electric field. So here we are using the transverse electric field. So now, since you have the two plates, parallel plates, which are separated by a distance d, then there will be the potential difference between the plates. So that potential is denoted by V. So this is the potential difference. So V is potential difference between the plates. So now, as I said, there is a force, and this force can be written as what? Force is equals to charge multiplied by electric field. So here we have Q into Ey, And q can be written as what? Now here we are using electron, we can also write this as EEY. So I can write potential F is equals to QEY, or F is equals to EEY. And this EY is equals to what? Potential difference that exists between the two plates. V by D gives the EY. So this is the basic picture for the motion of the electron in a transverse electric field. So now let us understand. So what is this angle of deflection and how much distance did this electron travel to reach this point? So if there is no field, then electron directly come and falls on the screen. Since there is the presence of electric field, the electron has deflected and covered this much distance or this much vertical distance. So we should calculate this distance and the angle that is subtended by the electron. So now let us move to the next part. So we saw that electron was traveling in the x-axis and the force was along y direction. So the initial velocity that which we have written, so this Vx, so this Vx will not be affected by the presence of electric field because the force is in y direction. So Vx almost remains constant. Now, so if this electron travels a distance x along the x-axis, then that would take, so distance will be x along the x-axis and the time taken for the electron to complete this much distance is t. So then we can write velocity is equals to distance by time. So we know that initial velocity of the electron is Vx, the distance is x and time is t. So Vx is equals to x by t. So from this, if I need to calculate what is time that is taken by an electron to cover this much distance along the x-axis, then I would write t is equals to x divided by Vx. So this is the first equation that we got in this derivation. So let us give the equation number to this. So how did I write this? So we have taken the force is along the y-axis and whatever the displacement that is covered by the electron will be in x-axis. So x is the distance that is covered by the electron and the time is the time that is taken by an electron to cover that much distance. So we know the basic formula of velocity. Velocity is equals to distance by time. So if you substitute Vx is equals to x by t, then you can easily write what is the time that is taken by an electron to cover this much distance. So t is equals to x by Vx. So this whatever we have done here is along the x-axis. So now during this time, the whatever the velocity that is gained by the electron can be written by using the formula V is equals to U plus AT. So here we are talking about the velocity along the y-axis because the electron will go in this direction. So we need to consider or we need to calculate Vy. So before that we know that velocity Vy is equals to Uy plus AT. So here Uy is equals to 0. Why? Because there is no velocity that is acting on an electron along the y-axis. So we have the velocity along the x-axis, but initially there is no velocity along the y-axis. So if you observe here, so here I have denoted the velocity along the x-axis. So there is no velocity of the electron in the y-axis. So if electron displaces along the y-axis, then we get Vy. So here the electron is moving in this direction, so Vy is equals to 0 and Vx is not equals to 0. So initial velocity is just Vx. So let us write that. So Uy, that is initial velocity along the y-axis, is 0. So let us substitute this in this equation. So Vy will be what? 0 plus at. So but we don't know what is A and we know what is T. So let us derive for A. A is F is equals to MA and F is equals to QE. So with these two equations I can write A is equals to QE divided by M. So equate these two equations, then you get what is A. A is equals to QE divided by M. So let us take this A and this T and substitute in this equation. So Vy will be QE divided by M multiplied by X divided by Vx. So this is again a equation. So this is velocity of the electron along the y direction. So this field is Ey. Now let us calculate what is the displacement of this electron along the y-axis. So with this A, T formulas, let us calculate the displacement along y-axis. So displacement along y-axis is written as y is equals to Uyt plus half At square. So we know that Uy is equals to 0. Initially the velocity of the electron along the y-axis is 0, but we know what is A and what is T. So let us substitute that here. Plus half, what is A? A is again QE y divided by M. T is X by Vx. So this is the displacement of electron along the y-axis. So there is a square here. So square. So now let us write y is equals to half QEy by M X by Vx whole square. So this is again the displacement of the electron along the y-axis. So I can also write this as y is equals to QEy by 2m Vx square multiplied by x square. So let us call this as equation number 3. So if you observe, the y is varying with respect to the square of x. So if I take this quantity as constant, so let me write A is equals to QEy divided by 2m Vx square. So if this is constant, then what I can write? Y is equals to Ax square. So this equation which is here, this equation is similar to the parabola equation. So now hence we can say that the electron which travels in the uniform electric field will have the parabola path. So the direction of motion is changed due to the field. So why does the electron changes its direction? Because there is a field which is acting on this electron. So since there is a field, the force will be opposite to the field, and hence the electron changes its direction, or it gets deflected from its initial path. So that is calculated from this equation. So this is the final equation. So if you take this as a constant, then you get y is equals to ax square. So this equation we use in solving the problem. So remember this equation. So y is equals to qey divided by 2mvx square multiplied by x square. So because of this x square, the electron experiences the parabolic path. So when it travels in the field, the electron shows the parabola path. And now we found what is the displacement along the y-axis. So now let us find what is the angle of deflection. Angle of deflection is denoted by phi. So tan phi we need to find. So let us find that tan phi. So before coming here, so here you have the angle phi. So how do we find the tan phi? So this displacement here is y and this here is x. So now I can write tan theta is equals to y by x. So theta is equals to tan inverse y by x. So let us use that equation and write tan phi is equals to, what is that, dy by dx. So we found what is y from the equation 3. So we have what is y, that is displacement of the electron along the y-axis. So let us write d by dx of qey divided by 2mvx square multiplied by x square. So now if you differentiate this x with respect to dx, what you will get, qey divided by 2mvx square. So differentiation of x square will give 2x. So let us cancel 2 from the equation. What remains is tan phi is equals to qey divided by mvx square multiplied by x. So this is the angle of deflection. So when the electron is in the field. So but the particle remain in the field for how much distance? So if we have, if you remember the diagram, so the distance of the plate or the length of the plate was denoted by L. So here is the L. So up to this length, the electron will be in the field. So when this plate ends, the electron will not be in the field. So particle remains in the field for a distance of L. L here is what? L is the length of the field. Hence the displacement along the y-axis due to the electric field will be obtained by substituting x is equals to L. So this displacement of the electron along the y-axis. So don't compare with this. So if you don't see this part, then you can just observe this. There is a small displacement that has occurred due to the field. So that is denoted by y1. So y1 is the displacement that is caused by electron when it was in the field. So after the field you have y2. So now let us substitute x is equals to L and find what will be y1. So here we are finding what is y1. So to find this we need to substitute x. So x, this displacement along the x-axis is denoted by x, and let us substitute x is equals to L and find what is y1. So what we are doing, we are substituting L is equals to x or x is equals to L. So in equation 3, substitute x is equals to L in equation 3. What was our equation? Our equation 3 was y is equals to qey divided by 2mvx square multiplied by x square. So now here y, the displacement along the y-axis when the electron was in field is y1, which is equals to qey divided by 2m Vx square multiplied by x is substituted with L square. So this equation here is equation number, so let us call this as equation number 5. So above equation, tan phi equation is equation number 5 and this equation be equation number 6. So y1 is equals to q Ey divided by 2mvx square multiplied by L square. So this is the displacement of the electron when it is in the field, or the displacement along the y-axis when the electron was still in the field. So after getting out from the field, the direction of the charged particle will be straight line, and that angle that is subtended by this electron was theta. If you remember, I said this theta is after when electron gets out from this field. So after the field, it goes in a straight line, and this angle here is theta. So now let us find what is tan theta. So tan theta is again similar to the tan phi. Here in tan phi we used x, here we have to use L. So tan phi here. So tan phi is equals to qey divided by mvx square multiplied by x. So here we need to use L to find tan phi. Tan phi is equals to qey divided by mvx square multiplied by L. So what we have done, we have substituted phi as t, theta, and x is equals to L. So now if you observe, so when electron gets out or emerges out from the field, so there will be no force that is acting on it. So why will be the force act on it? Since there is no field, so there won't be any force on the electron when this electron gets out or emerges out from the field. So we can say that when field ends, the force ends, and the force on the charged particle after the field is 0. So this particle after the field travels towards the screen. So this is the screen in a straight line and tangent to the parabola at the exit point. So here this is a straight line. So if this screen is kept at a distance, let's suppose capital L. So this screen is at a distance L from the plates, charged plates. So the electron travels L distance to fall on the screen. So screen is placed at a distance L from the ends of the plate. Then displacement along y-axis can be given as, so displacement along the y-axis. So now here you have y2 and here you have theta, and this distance is equals to this, so I can take this as L. So if I write tan theta will be what? Y2 divided by L. So y2 will be what? L tan theta. So overall the total displacement on the screen, so this displacement, so which is occurred on the screen, will be equals to y. So this y will be equals to y1 plus y2. So this is overall distance that is created by the electron, and this y is equals to y1 plus y2. So now when the screen is kept at a distance L, then you can write tan theta is equals to y2 divided by L, and if I need y2 will be what? L tan theta. So this equation here be, so this was 6, so let us give this as equation number 7, and this be equation number 8. So y2 is equals to L tan theta. So you have y1 and you have y2. So what I said, y is equals to y1 plus y2. So y is equals to y1 plus y2. So y1 was what? Qey divided by 2mvx square multiplied by L square. Qey divided by mvx square multiplied by L square. So y2 is what? L tan theta. So here we have 2. So y overall displacement y is equals to qey divided by 2m vx square multiplied by L square plus L tan theta. So we found what is tan theta. So tan theta is qey by m vx square multiplied by L. Substitute that here. So y is equals to qey L square divided by 2m vx square plus L is there. So tan theta is what? qey divided by m vx square multiplied by L. So overall y can be written like this. So now from this equation, if you observe, there is a q here, there is ey, m, vx square. So what left is L square by 2 and L. So L is there. So what left here is L by 2 and L. So if I take the common, then I can write y is equals to, so what I am taking common, qey L divided by mvx square. So what will be left? L by 2 plus L. So now I can also write this as, by taking the LCM and all, I can write y is equals to qey L mvx square. So if you take LCM, L plus 2L divided by 2. So you can directly write qey by L as 2mvx square L plus 2L. So this is the final equation. So such, when an electron is deflected or a deflected electron beam falls on the screen, so there will be a small visible luminous spot. So that is the principle of cathode ray oscilloscope. So when electron falls on the screen, so there will be the bright spot that is formed on the screen, and that is known as, or that principle is used for cathode ray oscilloscope.